So let me understand you correctly, because I haven't read the legislation, but we spent months on attorney's fees and time meeting with technology companies and providers to come up with something that we crafted that was in the best interests of the people of Alpharetta. So you're saying that this new legislation preempts that and basically shreds everything we did to protect our residents and the right-of-way that they own? Because I'm still baffled how the state has the gall to tell us what we should be doing in right-of-way that our residents pay for and maintain. Am I right about that?
I'm not going to give away that it, or I wouldn't say that it does that. I would say that it attempts to do that, if that makes sense.
That's why we pay attorneys to put tens in the middle of my sentence. But, I mean, am I wrong? I'm very frustrated by this. We asked our state representatives to represent our constituents' best interests. And if they want to change this for rural areas and other cities that don't already have ordinances, we're fine with that. Exempt Alpharetta. Exempt the cities that have been proactive and have created legislation, local ordinances to protect our residents.
You're correct.
Okay, thank you.
That's
Any other question, Councilmember Burnett?
what's occurred is baffling. Is what I would.
Well, it's not baffling.
It's not. I know how the special interest lobby works. I know how people down there get elected. You know, unless you're running for elected office and you need the support of your locally elected officials or want to have it for a mail piece, the only time you see most of them is if they're running for Congress or on the back of a milk carton. So I don't wonder how it's crafted and how it works. But it is frustrating when they wait to get out of, right before they go into session, and you see $1,000 from AT&T and $500 from Verizon. That's the truth. It's just the world that we live in. So don't wonder when your city gets brokered with telephone pole after telephone pole and you don't like the way it looks. I'd be fine with making all of Alpharetta a historic district. It's been here a long time. It's an old city. I feel like I could put a pretty decent foot forward. But the other thing that I would say is I'm happy for South Georgia, and North Georgia for that matter, if they want to have small cell technology. But the truth is that you need a pretty incredible amount of population and density to make it work. And AT&T to this point, and Verizon, has given so little of a thought about those areas that they have DSL in Moultrie. It's sad, but you're not going to be able to run small cell wireless technology off that infrastructure because it doesn't exist. And so to charade around about the things that you're doing for South Georgia, it's just total crap. And I'm still guarding my words pretty closely. So all we asked for, and Bob, I want to ask you this question. Prior to my time on council, when was the last time we went to the General Assembly in our Alpharetta delegation to ask them to defend us over anything? Do you know?
Councilman, I don't. They've helped us with like the homestead exemption.
Which we wrote for them and they can plagiarize and drop.
Yeah, but I'm drawing a blank as to the last time this kind of issue has come up, or a like issue where they have fought for us.
So you don't know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we don't ask them for anything, and all they care about is us every May when they run in a Republican or Democrat primary for support. And then other than that, they don't really care about us to the tune of 179 to 1. It's garbage. If you only ask me for something every 4 years and I represent you, I feel like I would do my best to accommodate you on an issue. Other than that, I would see like the people here, I'll just tell you guys, we don't get a lot of hate mail over anything. The people that live in Alpharetta are awesome. And it's really frustrating because we really extend that same courtesy up the stack about as far as we can go. And it's just frustrating. I'm done.
Any other questions or comments? Mayor Pro Tem Mitchell?
Mine's more of a general comment. I am just simply appalled at the way our state legislators have been going. I've made this comment before, but when you couple this bill with the bill that's pending, House Bill 310, I believe it is, which is going to try and strip our local municipalities from the building standards and aesthetic standards that we pride our city on and so many other cities pride themselves on. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm looking at one of our state representatives. Last year alone, he received 700 from the Realtor PAC, 1,000 from the Contractor PAC, the Affordable Housing PAC, 500, the Building PAC, 500. And I'm like, and AT&T and all of these others have the money in their pockets every year, every time they run, and this is no longer a state legislature that cares about the citizens of our state more than they care for the lobbying groups. And to me, it should alarm every single citizen in this city what's going on at the State House. Yeah, they help us sometimes, but it's when it serves them as well. This is serious stuff. It's changing the dynamics of how cities work and functions, and we've got to call it for what it is and stop it. Otherwise, they'll continue to do it. They'll continue to come up with legislation that's bad for our cities and small towns throughout the state and for our larger cities such as Alpharetta and above. I don't know if you all agree with me, but I'm over it. I'm just over it.